Hi, I'm Martin Fiedler, licensed marriage and family therapist, and I'm certified in EMDR, which is a way to help the brain to reprocess through trauma. We know that the amygdala gets activated when people go through traumatic events, and that's the emotional part of the brain that is the fight, flight, or freeze. And when people are in that state, it's very costly to the brain energy-wise, and it wants to quickly shut the brain down and return things to homeostasis. And in order to do that, it gets expedient and it bypasses the hippocampus, which is involved in memory processing. So when you're studying for a test or you're learning new things, the hippocampus is a part of that to help you to process memory, and it gets stored naturally, normally the way it should be, and you know how to access it, and it's not upsetting, and you just have access to that material. But when the hippocampus gets bypassed, what happens to that traumatic experience is that it gets stored in the same state-specific form that it was experienced in. And that's why you end up having flashbacks, or people will end up being triggered by a family member, a coworker, and suddenly they'll say, gosh, I can't believe this. All of a sudden I felt like I was 5 years old again. And they don't understand why. They don't get it when they're just this normally functioning, high-functioning adult in their lives. But suddenly they can feel very young again or re-experience things in a very similar way. And so with EMDR, we like to be able to go back and help the brain to reprocess through these events that have happened in their lives that either keep them highly anxious or keep them stuck, no matter how much therapy they've had, because they haven't allowed the brain to engage the hippocampus and reprocess these memories. And we know through MRI studies that when people have experienced a lot of trauma growing up developmentally, that the volume of the hippocampus is smaller than the normal population. But when they come back and they do MRI studies post-EMDR treatment, the volume of the hippocampus has increased. And so we know that the brain is engaging that hippocampus and reprocessing material. So it's a very robust form of treatment that is helpful in so many ways to be able to help people to calm down that part of their brain and to be able to just feel more in their skin and be able to be more present in situations. So if you have any questions about any of this, please feel free to contact me.